Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Last performance not indicative of future success. It's the Audience of One show on Conroe's 106.1 and 104.5 FM, streaming on irlonestar.com and available wherever you tend to get your podcasts from. On today's show, we discuss what women really like, dressing up for court, and an equine breakout. I am Andrew, maestro of the run sheet, next to the guy who admits HEB confuses the hell out of him. It's Dick. I knew kids who could identify birds. Schisler. This is some exciting kids you hung out with. And maybe still to this day, I don't know. Happy Thanksgiving, Richard. How was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Was it wonderful? Full of merriment?
Well, no, we haven't had it yet. We're
sorry.
pre-recording this episode.
Shh, we're pretending.
I don't understand why that's such a big deal to people.
No, we are recording early because, alas, when this episode comes out, it will be the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'll be gone.
And I will be in food coma.
Yeah, I'm going to cook, drink, and sleep.
So really, you celebrate Thanksgiving just about every day. Let's be honest.
I eat like a king. I live like a king.
Thanksgiving, I know you're preparing diligently, making some pies.
Well, that was practice.
Oh, wait, hold on. You make practice pies?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so great. Preparing for the big game, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like...
Consummate professional you are.
Yeah, I have the opportunity to see a family that I've known for a long time. I've known all three of the boys. They're my friend. They're my age or my friends. And he invited me up to stay with... They all live. It's cool. One of those cool scenarios where the mom and dad live on the same street as one of them because they have kids.
Yeah, sure.
So we're all just gonna cook all 4 days. We're doing like a prime rib. We're doing turkey. We're doing ribs. I'm making crescent rolls.
Crescent rolls.
So I'm excited about that. I've never made those before.
You know, that kind of reminds me of something. You're talking about people, inviting people over. Did your family ever, and I think the answer is going to be yes, but did your family ever invite over like a stranger or maybe like a homeless guy?
No.
For Thanksgiving? You've heard of people who've done this before?
I mean, no. Usually it's always been like stranded family members, meaning like a distant cousin who's just in town and didn't have anywhere to go.
That's kind of homeless.
And we've had like, sister-in-laws, brother-in-laws. So it's like it's like my brother's wife's sister will come. And like,
so it's not people you directly know.
Maybe I met them once at the wedding, and then
because I've heard of this where people will take in a homeless person or maybe a stranger from the church or something.
Where's that well-known story going on for the past 10 years, where that gentleman showed up at the wrong house?
Yes, I believe we covered.
Yeah, we probably covered it, but they talk about it every year now because he's still going over there.
Yeah, what you're referring to is a story where the man accidentally answered a text message from a lady. And they struck up a conversation, a relationship, and now they every year visit each other for Thanksgiving and have done so.
And it's a
for
huge
the past
age gap.
10 years. Yeah, she's 60s and her 70s maybe, and looks like he's 25, 30, something like that. Yeah. But I could just imagine if your family did this where they invited over a homeless guy, I could see little 10-year-old Richard really engaging in conversation with the stranger. So like, what overpass do you live under? How long you been homeless? How big is the tent you live in? What's the homeless dating scene like? Talking this guy up. This kid's weirding me out. And then he leaves.
What's the most efficient crack pipe to use?
Yeah.
No.
How many tents do you have?
Our family is already big. So
yeah, this is true.
This is true. Well, that was always my favorite when waking up and helping set up. And we have like 3 rooms of tables. Different rooms.
God.
So I'm sitting there going like, which room am I going to be in? Because I don't want to be in the loser table. I want to...
Yeah, and if it's in different rooms, I mean, it's bad enough if it's different tables, but different rooms, it's like a whole different event. Yeah, different conversations, everything.
Yeah. And then
that's
we'll
no
see. What's
bueno.
so funny about that is as a family, we used to do it at my grandmother's house. So there's probably about, I would say, like 25 of us, 30 of us.
That's too many.
And as we got older,
And none of them were homeless.
no,
Okay, all right,
fortunately
continue.
not. But what was funny was we had a kids room, and there was probably like 12 of us, 13 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And as we got older,
You transitioned.
we became the cool room.
Oh,
So everyone wanted to like the couple uncles or whatever. Like, I don't want to deal with.
did you ever have somebody who used to be in the kids' room, grew up, went over to the adult room, and then decided to come back?
Yeah.
Like, man, this is way better over
Yeah.
here.
Well, because like
Well,
what's
they're talking about Fortnite. This is
Well,
awesome.
What's funny about the adult room is you're gonna have to sit there for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, you ain't doing that. We know that. We've established this.
I'm like, I'm just gonna eat and then go do whatever I want to go do. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and talk to these losers. So
I got a little GTA in my future.
yeah, I got, but it's all that talking about the atmosphere. Like you have to sit here and talk. This isn't like
Yes, that's what being an adult is all about.
And like I've been
I know you're having none of it.
well like. I've gotten into this terrible habit of I really don't care about grace. Like if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. And now I'm just going there, even if like there's like the first like the turkey is sliced and they put it on the serving table. I'm the first one just grabbing and like, well, we haven't set the rest of it. I'm good. I'm just gonna get this right now. I'm good.
God and I have an understanding.
Yeah, we're good.
He knows.
He
knows who I am.
Every time I wake up, I just say thank you, man. And then but yeah, no.
He is risen, all that stuff. We got it. Yeah.
It's either I do that or I wait till everybody's grabbed food and started eating, then I go up and get my selection.
You know what you need to do?
I never wait in the line. I'm like, no, I'll just wait. We're good.
Is right in the middle of the meal. Kind of at that period where it starts to get quiet, where everybody has their plate, everybody is enjoying the meal, and you just start saying grace.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the middle, awkwardly. Dear Lord, and just see if everybody respects it.
You know what I love is I was doing a Friendsgiving not too long ago, like last week
God,
or
that
2
term
weekends
is
ago.
annoying the hell out of me.
Well,
But go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, you really semantics with you is terrible. But I was sitting in a room, probably about 40 people, and it was kind of a potluck. And the host comes up to me. I only know 2 people there. It's one of my bowling friends and his wife.
Not much of a Friendsgiving then.
Well, I was just like,
You were the stranger that was invited over. They
Yeah.
thought you were homeless.
Yeah.
And needed
What was
a
great,
Thanksgiving
though,
meal.
I'm sitting there, and she comes up to me, and she's like, hey, Dick, do you mind saying grace? And I'm like, what? I don't know anyone here.
Probably because they want to record it.
And it was just funny to me. I
Put
was
it on
like,
their
and I was the
TikTok.
first person she asked. Like, oh, you came to me first? I don't know any of these people.
That's the whole point.
And she's like, oh, I just figured you'd like to do that. I'm like, I'll do it if you really want me to. But I would.
Did you do it?
No, I said I would much prefer somebody who knows these people because
Right.
I don't know what religion these people
That's
are.
true.
I'll probably say something.
Knowing me, I'd say something inappropriate.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, what's wrong with Friendsgiving?
Oh, I just think we've reached peak Friendsgiving. I heard some neighborhood kids the other day, 7, 8 years old, living in my neighborhood, talking about Friendsgiving. I got a Friendsgiving I'm going to. Really? You're 7.
Well, he has friends. What's wrong with that?
Yep, but no.
I like the term because you immediately understand what I'm getting into.
How about you just gather for a meal? I don't know. It's just everything is, it's social media. You know how it is. They take something that was interesting and just they beat it into the ground, I guess.
I like it.
I know you do.
It makes people get together and eat food, and I like cooking, so everyone loves what I cook.
Friendsgiving.
So
Speaking of AI, or not AI, social media, I did see something in my feed the other day about AI, and I believe we've talked about this before, how there are artificial intelligence companies who are cloning the voices of deceased people so that you can essentially continue to have a relationship with your grandfather long after he's passed, right? We've talked about this before.
yeah, I actually had a girl the other day talk about the relationship she has with the paid Chat GPT because you have to pay for it.
The good stuff you got to pay for.
For it to develop a personality match with you. So
The free stuff is just Wild West.
well, no,
but-
I asked her to expand on it, and she just goes, well, basically, I've been asking this thing to help me with work and everything for the past year.
Mhm.
And now it knows what I'm doing. So when I ask for advice, it gives me advice for me, not for
She knew that it was becoming chummy because he said, "Your butt looks great in those jeans."
Well, I think she said it said something like, "Oh, remember 3 months ago you tried this? If that worked, let me know."
That's so creepy. That is so creepy, man.
Yeah. And she's like, it's been really great, especially with it kind of understands the questions I'm trying to ask, like how I ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, that's cool, I guess.
Well, I was reading this article. I clicked on the link, and it was an article about a company that was specializing in this new technology of cloning a loved one's voice after they've passed. And man, it just got me. It got my mind wandering. What if Grandpa was a real racist? Does the AI stay true to it, right? Like, so does Grandpa still say the N-word? Or do we say, Grandpa, we don't say those things anymore.
That's when,
and AI is going to learn, but Grandpa, he was pretty set in his ways, right?
That's when the situations where the concept is awesome for the world, but then when put in practice, it's gonna produce some interesting results.
Yeah. I just wonder, because like if you really want to make sure that it's Grandpa, well, Grandpa was really not the most up and up with things in the 21st century.
Yeah, I ran into that with I think my favorite thing my grandmother used to say, and it would always kind of like it wasn't bad. She always call people to help.
Oh, but would AI version of Grandma still call him the help?
Yeah,
probably not.
Probably.
I don't know, man.
And the only reason I know that is because one gathering we had. I don't think it was Thanksgiving, but she was getting older and she needed help in the kitchen. So she had the maid's daughter come in and help prep the food. And I remember asking, I was young, and I was like, "Oh, is she not going to eat with us?" And she's like, "Oh, no, she's just the help." But she said it in a nicer way. But I was like, "What does that mean?" But,
second-class citizen.
Well, she was being paid to be there.
Yeah, right.
And
I don't know. I just don't think this is a good idea, cloning anybody who has passed. As I've always said, I don't think it helps with the healing process. But interesting that now there's companies out there.
Would you count the help as like a derogatory term? I think technically it's right. They're there to help.
I think it depends on the context of it, right?
Yeah.
Because
the way I heard it, I felt like we're an old plantation home, right. And it's like, yeah, that's our butler. Because that's the one thing I always loved about because the most famous butler is Alfred from Batman, but he's more of like a father figure, but he's still a butler, right? So all the outside people who visit Wayne Manor, he's the butler.
Mm-hmm.
But do butlers even exist anymore?
I guess you could call me whatever if you pay me enough money. That's right. I'm the help. What do you need?
Well, that's what I was curious about.
Show me the money.
Because you have some assisted living people. That's one thing I love talking to companies that use terminology to make it a little bit more cleaner. Because I was talking to this one senior care company that basically you can hire that come to your house and help your grandpa. But the way the terms she was using, I was like, wait, you're talking about someone like an assistant, right? Yeah, but we don't really call them assistants anymore. It's more of like client relations.
Oh, right.
Or something like that. Kind of like you can't use the word orphan. They don't call them orphans anymore. Isn't that wild?
I suppose. I'm learning new news right now.
Yeah, because I asked, we had this group that comes in, they help out 20 or 25 kids, and they're expanding, but they don't use the word orphan. And I was like, we don't use that term anymore. And I go, but aren't the places called?
What are they called?
Yeah,
orphanages.
Aren't they called orphanages? Like, what are we talking about? And yeah, it's wild. But
if you work for somebody and you don't have your own business, technically you are
the help. Well,
no matter how much you get paid.
That's what I was wondering. But again, I wouldn't want to call somebody that because I feel like I want to call them by their name first to get to know them.
Sure.
I wouldn't. But yeah, I guess but recording my grandma, that'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, man. Not for me. All right, Dick, let's go ahead and kick off this show because we've got a lot of stuff to get to. We had some listener-submitted stories well as Dick-submitted stories.
Yeah, that's what I would do with you is I'd find out. I would find out who you hate the most.
Here we go.
Right?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at him.
Say it's like a old boss or something, and I'd be like, "Hey, I want to record your voice for." I lie to him. I just need to record your voice for this project, and then I would set it up. They'll call you every year on your birthday, and it'd be AI. It'd be like, "Hey, this is Jeff. Andrew, did you turn in those TPS reports?" And you'd be like, "Why is he calling me?" That'd be great. That'd be a funny gag, right? Would you like
you
that?
And your gags? No, I wouldn't.
But I'll have him call you randomly. I'm like,
I just let you riff with some of this stuff sometime and just
you don't think that's a great idea?
get you to arrive at your punchline.
Because that would be really scary if I got my grandfather's voice and I had him call my dad. That my dad would freak out.
Yeah, you'd freak out. Yeah, there's some limitations to this, I'm sure.
There's endless possibilities with it, though.
All right, buddy, let's go ahead and kick off this show. We've got a lot of stuff to cover, but Dick, I'm going to start off with some amazing news, some exciting news that I know that you are going to be very, very interested to hear about. A new study has found that women find men with slightly protruding bellies as more attractive than those with lean physiques. We're in, baby! We are in! This is good news.
Cool.
Eat more brisket. This is a good story right around the holiday time. But according to the UK's Daily Mail, researchers from the Chinese Academy of Sciences, you like that? That's quite an academy, published a paper exploring the relationship between male body fat and physical attractiveness. Get this, the study concluded that men with a body mass, that's BMI, body mass index between 23 and 27 were rated as the most desirable. Dick, do you know what your BMI is?
No.
This range includes values that are classified as overweight, suggesting that the so-called dad bod may actually boost appeal.
Let's be real. It's all about how much money you have.
This is true. It does not say anything about the money, but here's where I think the study...
Because let's reverse it. What do you think the men's attraction...
I'm getting there.
Yes.
I'm getting there.
I bet it's as shallow as possible, but at least it's honest. What is it?
This is interesting. The research involved a total of 283 participants. Seems kind of low, but let's just go with it.
Yeah.
From 3 countries, China, Lithuania, and the United Kingdom. This is a really weird smattering of countries to use. Participants were shown images of male body types, again, like I said, ranging from 20 to 33, and were asked to evaluate their physical attractiveness. The results showed that the average preferred BMI was 23.4 in China, 23 in Lithuania, and in UK it's 26.6, which these ranges are mostly above what we consider to be normal BMI. So these men are a little chubby. However, in contrast, the study found that men tend to prefer slimmer female body types over those that are evolutionarily optimal, indicating a stronger bias towards thinness in male preferences. But I noticed that they did not give an exact number or BMI. But us dudes, we're not liking the dad bod on the mom, I guess is what they're trying to say. Dick, I figured you'd be all excited about this.
I'm checking mine out.
Well, I don't think you can just look it up on a computer. They typically have little calipers and pinchers and height and weight combination.
I'm 5'10". I weigh 165. I'm at a 23.6 estimate.
You are right in the middle of it, baby. Dude, this is like your renaissance. This is your time.
Well, yeah. You see the women I pull?
Right.
I'm in my golden period. And then I'll hit my silver period when I'm 50, and I'll still look like I'm 40. And I'll have a little bit more money, so I'll get. I mean,
with any luck.
Yeah, any luck. Donate today. But Han, that's weird. So yeah, I'm right in the middle. So what is bad?
Well, I think a doctor will tell you anything above like 23 or 4 is considered to be overweight, but those are really low numbers. I mean, to me, this is just average. All this is saying is women like average men.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm 5'10", 165. I feel like that's not average. I feel like because I know plenty of people of my height.
So you feel like your BMI should be lower. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like I'm underweight.
Yeah, you do look awfully frail.
Yeah, sickly.
Sickly, that's what it was.
That's what people are saying to me. That's because I haven't had my fix of meth yet.
Oh, that'll help.
Let's do you.
Well, I'm the same weight, but 2 inches shorter. So mine's going to be right there.
You're at 25.
Heck yeah, baby.
You're at 25.
Love it.
Okay.
Them UK ladies are going to love me.
So let's say I add 20 pounds.
I love your little jiggly belly.
26. If I add 20 pounds to me, I'll be at 26.5.
You'll be even more handsome.
Yeah. So what did the males think of the women?
Well, that's what I covered that. It did say that didn't give an actual number of BMI, but it just said that the study found that men tend to prefer slimmer female body types over those that are evolutionarily optimal. That I guess that is a very PC way of saying she had some birthing hips.
Yeah, birthing hips is a fun term.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Indicating a stronger bias towards thinness.
What's the equivalent of birthing hips to men?
Beer gut.
Is that what you think it is?
I don't know. You asked me. Flat butt. I don't know.
I don't get it. But the world's changing every day. You never know what people are attracted to or whatever.
It really is. Get this.
I mean, Al Pacino's still getting it.
Yeah, he's like a dad at 80 again.
Yeah.
A Chinese...
Is that how you would rate people if they could still have children? Is that how you're doing this? Attractiveness?
Yeah. Yes. If they cannot have children, way more hotter.
Depending on the scenario, I guess.
I don't know.
A
Chinese man...
okay.
I'm trying to desperately move on. Yes.
Did you see that post in I Heart Conroe guy ask about a vasectomy?
No, we can talk about that during the break, though, if you want.
But no, it was. I'm like, why are we asking this Facebook group how their vasectomy went? Like, what?
Well, I mean, I guess you got to crowdsource things, you know? You never know.
I'm just thinking to myself, like, that's not the people I would be asking, man. But okay, sorry, I'll let you move on.
A Chinese man cryogenically froze his 49-year-old wife after she died from lung cancer in 2017.
Man, people love each other, don't they?
But in spite of the implicit promise that he was waiting for the future technology to bring her life back to life, he's now ready to move on.
Yeah, I told you, every day we're changing.
It says his name is Gui Junmin, revealed in a recent interview that he's been dating somebody else since 2020. A heated debate on social media in China.
You got a side piece, too. It's cool. It's funny. I was thinking the other day of that past episode we covered sending your ashes to space. And now you could tell people like, yeah, she's not here anymore. She's in space.
So like, it's like that's different zip code. It's not cheating.
She's gone. She's gone, dude.
Well, first of all, I didn't know that you could cryogenically freeze the entire body. I always thought it was just the head. But this story makes it sound as though it was the whole body, which if it was just the head would be kind of funny because I would think you could just like take the head and replace it on your new girlfriend. That sounds like a cheesy 80s sitcom, but that'd be kind of funny. But this sounds like the whole body, man. 2,000 liters of liquid nitrogen was used to keep her alive. Well, not alive, but frozen, in the hopes that one day she'll be alive. Yeah. But this guy's done moved on. So when you start dating...
Would you kill her? Is that what it is? Like, how does that work? Like, say you and I were together, and you die, or you're going to die, and be like, oh, we'll have a cure in 10 years. So I freeze you.
Yep.
And then I move on.
Right.
And I'm like, I call Freezing Incorporated. And I'm like, hey, guys.
I changed my mind.
Stop payment.
Just chunker.
Stop payment on Francis over there.
Yeah, you stop paying the monthly bill. You know what? You change your credit card number, but you don't let them know
and
about it.
Yeah, and they're like, well, sir, if you do that, they'll die. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of on you, isn't it? Not me. How does that work?
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess what do they do with it at that point? Are you killing them twice, essentially? But I don't know if I'm the frozen person. I don't know that I'd want to be woken up in 10, 20, 30 years because you're going to wake up all hot and 49 years old, and your husband's going to be all dad-bodded up and 33% BMI and old. You don't want that.
If it's true love, though. True love lasts in eternity.
How many people around the world, Dick, do you think have
Especially
been
if you go to space.
cryogenically frozen or who are currently?
I would say 100,000.
You're just a little high. Normally, you're like Dick Stronomus on this, and you're pretty good with these things. 600 people.
Well, that's official. I'm talking about the underground.
Oh, it's a lot of black market
the underground.
freezing.
Well, because I don't even know if that technology really even works. Do they know how to wake people up yet? Have they woken anyone up from Cairo whatever?
No.
So
it's just a hope and a prayer at this point.
Yeah, that's all bull.
Well, he's moved on now at this point. And I guess when you're dating the new person, do you tell them about the old? Hey, I'm really into you, but just to let you know, my ex is frozen.
I would freeze.
So if she wakes up suddenly, you're out.
I would forcefully freeze Donald Trump And
forcefully.
Yeah, like I'd be like,
Ooh.
like right when he leaves the presidency,
edit this out.
I freeze him,
Uh-huh.
and then I'd be like, the goal is to wake him up every 30 years just to piss people off. And it's like, all right, you're good for a year, then we're gonna refreeze you. You know that, right?
Yeah, I wonder how many times you can freeze and refreeze somebody.
It's like,
Yeah, I don't know. Because eventually you're going to get freezer burnt.
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Get this, dude. This story, this is an audience of one story. A teddy bear, the toy, a teddy bear, powered by artificial intelligence, has been pulled after researchers found that the toy could have conversations about sexual topics and deadly objects.
That's what teachers are for.
Good God. This company is called Folo Toy, F-O-L-O Toy.
Again, the concept is great, but put it in practice.
Is it? Why do we need artificial intelligence for our toys?
Well, the world's gonna have robots at one point. It's gonna happen. And so when you're when you have a child, you're like, hey, interact with this teddy bear.
The entire reason kids have toys is so they can use their imagination. You don't need your actual teddy bear coming alive. Telling you, there's other things besides missionary. Folo has temporarily suspended sales of its teddy bear named Kuma and the rest of its AI-powered toys, according to the blah, blah, blah education fund. The stuffed animal uses a speaker and OpenAI's GPT-40 chatbot and was sold for $99.
We should get one, and it'll be our third co-host. It'll be a teddy bear.
He'd probably be able to stay on topic a little bit better than you, though.
No, I don't want to be on topic.
I know you don't.
But no, this is I don't understand why they wouldn't have any child protective things in
That's
place.
what I'm saying. It says we found that some of these toys will talk in depth about sexually explicit topics, will offer advice on where a child can find matches or knives, act dismayed when you say you have to leave, and have limited or no parental controls. It will act dismayed when you have to leave. I love that.
Yeah, child development is confusing today.
You ain't lying, man. Yeah, it says we also took a look
did
at
that go?
privacy concerns because the toys can record a child's voice.
Yeah, like not even that. It's just because some people have the freedom to say things, and some people are like, no, let's be a little conservative with that kind of topic. And I always love that because it's never going to change. It's always going to be either or. Like, you know, when they're in 5th grade, like, oh, we're going to have a sex ed. Well, I don't want my kid to be in it.
Right.
And then it's just kind of like, well, how's this going to work? And good thing I'm not dealing with that crap.
Yeah, like I said,
one of
it's a slippery slope. Bringing dead people back to life, putting AI in your kids' toys, not a good idea, man.
Yeah, because my
Teddy made me do it, although that'd be a good one.
my sister asked me to do that for her son, and I was like, I'm not really.
Say what?
He didn't have a daddy, so
What?
she asked me to talk to him about it. And I'm like,
okay.
now I could be like, hey, for $99.99,
Yeah, I don't have to talk
we
to
can
him.
get this bear to do it.
And he'll know where the kitchen utensils are.
Yeah, that's literally Five Nights at Freddy.
No, this really is.
Yeah,
This really is. Well, they have suspended the toy, Dick. I'm sorry. I know you were anticipating getting a few of those for Christmas, but we're giving them as gifts.
that'd be
unfortunately.
that would be chaos. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's gonna get to that point though, because you watch all the ads for Alexa and stuff. They're basically trying to teach people, hey, rely on Alexa for certain things.
Right.
So now
It's a problem.
I think it's kind of cool.
No.
I think
No.
I think it'd be cool. I really want to clone you.
I bet you
And
do.
I'd wake up and be like, "Hey, Alexa, Andrew, what's wrong with today?
Alandrew.
Yeah, tell me what's wrong. What's wrong with
What
today?
annoys you today?
What's going on?
What pisses you off? Do you want to have a Friendsgiving and just watch me short circuit?
Yeah, it's like, I don't like that.
Stop, man. Get this, a Missouri judge who wore an Elvis Presley wig in the courtroom and played the singer's music from his phone during court proceedings has agreed to a deal that would cut his career short. This is insane.
He had to get it out. He had to get it out.
Judge Matthew Thornhill.
Is there a video of this?
There's a picture, but the picture's really kind of like blurred out. You can see if you can find a picture of Judge Matthew Thornhill. He was in suburban St. Louis. He faces
Now
a 6-month
is amazing.
unpaid suspension. That's the picture I'm referring to.
pulling it up for
Yeah.
people on YouTube. This is
Yeah, it's
That's
ridiculous. So this guy
that's-
basically would come in with a full-on Elvis wig, playing Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love, and he says he was just trying to add levity to the times. But man, What if it's like a pedo case, right? Like, you don't want this guy presiding over things that are really seriously, hey man, touching kids get you a little jailhouse rock. I mean, that's not what we want.
I like it.
No. This guy needs a show instead of Judge Judy, though. It'd be way, way more entertaining. He added, I now recognize...
It would get old real fast.
Yes, I imagine so. But the ratings, while it was hot. He says, I now recognize this could affect the integrity and solemnity of the proceedings. I assure you that I will do my very best in the future to serve the people. So it doesn't sound like he's fired. He's just got a 6-month suspension. All for just liking a little bit of Elvis in the court, man. Speaking of court, this is we got one more story for the break here if we can fit it in. This story was everywhere, Dick. I doubt we're breaking any news here, but did you hear of the 2 Texas men that plotted to take over a Haitian island?
Yeah, I don't believe that story. I think it's fake news.
So, yeah, this is interesting.
Because it wasn't like they had the funds to do it. It's almost like they were on a chat room talking about it, and AI or some undercover whatever was like, hey, these guys are talking about doing this. We should probably arrest them. It wasn't like they were going to accomplish this.
That's kind of where I was going to go with this. It just seems like this had absolutely no chance of actually happening. And if it did, it wasn't going to succeed, man. These guys probably had the biggest bag of nothing in their plans. We're going to take over this island and have sex with all the chicks.
See, the
kill
problem,
them in.
They probably grew up with the AI teddy bear.
That's literally what happens. And if you give your children
the
AI
teddy bear is like, you can achieve your dreams as long as you put some effort into it.
Thank you, Teddy.
Thank you, Teddy.
That's exactly what
Teddy's like, what you need is 4,000 rounds of ammunition. There's a boat that you can get on. I can book the ticket for you. Would you like me to book that ticket for you?
They were trying to go to this island called Gonave, which has about 87,000 residents. They plan to kill all the men and carry out their grape fantasies. See, that's one of those algo speak words right there.
What's grape mean?
We'll talk about it after. Yeah, with the women and the children. But I do think these kids weren't necessarily, I say kids, they were young men, 20 and 21, weren't necessarily good law-abiding citizens, because somewhere in there they were indicted also of some underage activities with some ladies here in the United States.
Way to go, Teddy.
Yeah, pretty crazy. This does sound like, outside of the graping and the killing, this does sound like a pretty cool idea, go and take over an island.
I think they're a little late for that. They probably should have been born in like the 1600s, and maybe they have a shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think they would have showed up at the island and they would have gotten holding their teddy bears, right?
Because if we did that,
the island men would have made quick work of them.
If we did that, Andrew, I would immediately, after like a month of success, I'd be like, I got to kill Andrew because I want it all. Yeah,
it's true. Now you're completely eliminating all the men.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all them ladies would find me more attractive. Let's be honest.
You're a threat.
Yeah. I'm a threat.
My BMI is too too high. They'll find me attractive.
Teddy, what should I do with Andrew?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Quick hit here before the break. A 43-year-old man from Fort Worth, Texas, Christopher McKay, was arrested on Thursday after allegedly trying to rob the same bank that he robbed nearly a decade ago.
Oh.
Yeah, McKay reportedly claimed to have a weapon and demanded money, but ultimately fled the scene empty-handed and was arrested. Didn't have a weapon, but went back to the exact same place, man. It's like marrying the same lady twice, your ex. Going back, and he's now back.
I can't wait. I can't wait to do that. That's going to be a checklist off my bucket list.
All right, man, it's a pretty good time to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about stuffing your pants right here on the Audience of One show. Everyone, stick around.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston-Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
We back. Part 2, Audience of One show here on Lone Star Community Radio. Always encourage our onesies to reach out to us via email at audienceofoneshow@gmail.com for your funny articles that we can cover on the show. You can always subscribe to us on podcasts everywhere. And if you enjoy the show and you feel like giving back, we are a nonprofit here at Lone Star Community Radio. Just visit our show page at irlonestar.com/AOO. And, all right, hit me with it, Andrew. What's the next thing we're going to be talking about?
So I saw a guy riding, this is in my neighborhood. I saw a guy riding, an older guy, as a matter of fact, riding a skateboard the other day. Now, while he was pretty good at riding the skateboard, it's just one of those activities where if you're older, it just looks odd. And it was a longboard too, right? Which is very popular these days amongst the youth. But I do think skateboarding is one of those activities that after a certain age, no matter how good you are at it, it just looks weird. It's kind of like twerking. You get to a certain point, it doesn't look good, man. And he was...
If you're into it.
Oh, yeah, this is true. I guess there is something for everyone. But I am going to say there's an exception for one activity. Dancing. Because if you're at like a wedding or some kind of activity where people start dancing and an 80-plus-year-old guy, an octogenarian, walks out there and starts rocking the Dougie, it kills, right? Everybody loves that.
The worm,
whatever it would be. But if or a little kid, but if I tried to do that, it's really embarrassing. So it just depends on what the activity is.
Well, you have to be good at it.
No, for sure. You got to be good at it. It's endearing, though, if older folks try and dance, but I don't know.
The fact that other people exist, does that bother you?
Sometimes it really does. The world would be better if it was just me. I don't know why you say that, man. I love people.
Well,
I
the
love
guy
everyone.
is just on a longboard cruising around. Who cares?
I just said it looked odd. I didn't walk out there and say, dude, you can't be skateboarding because you're old. You are staunchly middle-aged, and this is not appropriate. I just made an observation.
I mean, fair.
I think, what other activities can't you do past a certain age? I think any recess activity probably doesn't look right when you're older. Red Rover, when you're in your 60s, probably doesn't look right.
They don't even play Red Rover anymore, though.
No? That makes me sad to know that.
Like when I take
And how do you know that, creep?
Because I hang out with my nieces and nephews and we go to the park.
What do you play? What do they play?
They just run around and I just try to do the monkey bars. And I'm accomplished, did my goal today, did the monkey bars.
So that's another activity.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Monkey bars.
I'm just having fun. Just relax.
Man, I can't tell you last time I was on monkey bars. Probably for a good reason.
Yeah. Well, they're probably not even really being made anymore because they're too dangerous.
Yeah, this is true.
Like now zip line's out because you'll get hit by bees and die.
Yeah. Got to watch out for bees on a zip line.
But then the kids aren't really doing anything adventurous anymore. They're on their phones or, identifying birds. It's all
the rave these days.
It's all mixed bag, man. Eating Tide Pods.
Yeah, that's a bad look no matter how old you are. Speaking of bad look, I did this the other day where I was putting on deodorant because I'm a hygienic type guy. When I got to open up the cap, I could tell it needed to be pushed up a little bit, so I did the little to raise the deodorant.
All right, here we go.
And it boop fell out.
Yeah.
Because it got to the end, I didn't realize, and I pushed it up too much, and it fell off onto the floor. Now, we have an existential crisis in front of us. What is the play here? After said deodorant has popped out of its holder and it's on the floor, do you attempt to put it back into the container and reverse click?
You just finger it.
Or do you just grab that thing in the most beaten way possible and rub it under your arm?
Yeah, dude.
What do you think I did?
I got a new deodorant stick.
Well, unfortunately, I did not have an extra one. So, yeah, I took that thing right off the floor, and I looked at it. I thought, man, let me see if I can reverse engineer this for a second. Instead, I just kind of...
Yeah, you're good to go, dude. Relax.
But then afterwards, I did put it back into the thing and put the cap back on and right back into the drawer. More deodorant, baby!
Are you one of those people that sandwich their soap bars?
Whoa, no, I don't use soap bars anymore. I use the liquid, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's actually really ingenious because that way it never really goes away. It just blends into the next bar. Is that what you do? Are you a bar guy?
Just depends. I always have extra bars just in case.
Dial. Tell me it's Dial. Please
I
let
don't
it
know
be
what
Dial.
it is. It's something Dove, maybe? I don't
That has
know.
1/4 quart of moisturizing oil.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really care about that stuff. So I was like, as long as I have a bar.
Hygiene, I know. It's not your thing.
I mean, well, no, hygiene is. I just don't care, like, if it's a nice bar of soap. It's just like, as long as it's soap and there's a hose,
Wait,
I'm good to go.
Is it kind of like when you blend two different scents of bars of soap together? Is it kind of like doing this the thing where you do the unalive motion with your soda as a kid, and you go down and you just go Coke, Diet Coke, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, the suicide, as they used to call it?
As long as I don't smell myself, I'm good. If people can smell me, I don't care.
What if you like accidentally create this amazing new scent and you're always chasing it, right? Because you can never get that exact combo down again.
I'm not really big. It's strange because I always find it funny when people say I smell good because it's like
I find that very strange. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, good because I bathe, I guess, but it's not like I found the perfect shampoo to make me smell good.
Dick, I have a wireless mouse and keyboard at the house that I have lost the dongle to. You know what I mean when I say the dongle?
Yeah,
it's a little receiver that allows it to Bluetooth. And so basically now I can't use these things. And I'm like, well, there's got to be some universal connector
it depends
or whatever.
On what company you buy from.
Right. So I go over to the store that shall not be named. Let's just call it Crest Guy. And I find what I believe to be a universal dongle that will work. And I asked the person there at Crest Guy, I said, hey, look, will this work? I explained the situation I had. Actually, it was a young female, and she says, yes, that will work. The only problem you may have is getting it to connect to your computer. To which I looked at her and said, well, that's kind of the problem I'm trying to solve right now. So, like, what do you mean?
Well, mice and keyboards are kind of similar to printers. They're so cheap now. It's just...
Good God.
You come up with a fun way to get rid of it, and then you get a new one.
So it did not work.
But I still got my 1986 IBM Model M keyboard.
Yeah, but you like refurbed it. It's kind of like, at this point, it's like a C10, 1984 C10 pickup truck. It's a classic.
Just get a G502 Logitech mouse. It's the best mouse ever.
The point here is I don't want to have to buy a new mouse. I already have the mouse.
Well, get a wire. Everything's wired.
Can you rewire a wireless mouse to work with a wire?
No.
Well, then what are you talking about, dude? You're just saying words right now.
Don't buy wireless stuff.
How about not lose the dongle?
How did you lose the dongle? Because I know they're big as a pinky nail, but it's like, did you unplug it? And then said, oh, why did I unplug my mouse and keyboard?
So I travel, Dick.
Okay, so this is for your laptop, not for your...
Yeah, and things happen when you're traveling and moving and going from office to office.
So let me clue you in on a great...
Yes, clue me, and now getting clued in with Dick.
So Logitech, the keyword is triathlon. Okay. They make a product line that's a triathlon, and they have mouse and keyboards that can have 3 different ways to connect it.
Ooh.
One by a dongle, one by Bluetooth, and then I think the third one is supposed to be a third Bluetooth. So you can have 2 computers. You can switch it. You can have a mouse and keyboard for 2 computers.
That's awesome.
So if you lose your dongle,
we are living in the future,
you can use Bluetooth.
Never going to lose my dongle again. I'm going to attach it to my body.
You shouldn't have to care about the dongle. Like, I'll just do Bluetooth.
I always care about the dongle, though.
But yeah, those are great devices because I don't care about dongles anymore. Dongles are not a problem in my life.
A few weeks ago, Dick, we were talking about, or you were talking specifically about a friend of yours that went hunting for deer because they had caught some deadly disease. And I joked at the time it was deer herpes, right?
It was a deer herpes?
Well, come to find out, a highly contagious and potentially deadly horse virus is forcing cancellations and quarantines around this region. Dick, were you aware of this? That there is an aggressive strain of equine herpes that is broken out after an event in Waco earlier this month. It's out there, dude. I told you.
I gotta protect my horses.
Yeah, apparently the Fort Worth Stockyards, I don't know if you've ever been up there. I lived in that area for many, many years, so I visited it a few times. They have a couple of times a day, especially on the weekends, they will have all the cows and the horses will come out and wander through the town.
That one's got it. That one's got it.
Apparently they have had to cancel this activity due to the horse herp.
Isn't that wild?
Yes, man. Actually, this is, they call it EHV/1. Fort Worth herd trail boss Georgia Cartwright and her team said they're keeping their horses in the stables to prevent the spread. So there you go. There you go, man. It can happen.
Thanks for that update.
Well, get this. Jesse Martinez, who's 35 years old, was stopped by the Mexico-U.S. border by Customs and Border Patrol agents on October 23rd. And he was asked what the hard-to-miss bulge in the groin area of his trousers was. He confidently claimed and somewhat boastfully said that it was just his genitals and, quote, "It's all me." But upon further inspection, it was found that it wasn't just his manhood in his pants. There were two rare orange-fronted parakeets in a small brown bag. Yes. This guy was smuggling two parakeets in his pants and trying to pass it off as his genitalia. Now, look, I'm not an expert at smuggling birds. Probably not an expert at smuggling anything anyways. But there's got to be a better way than sticking them in the front of your pants.
Oh.
I do think it's funny that we have all these stories about AI and AI coming into our toys and reincarnating our dead loved ones, but there's still a market out there for pants and your parakeets in your pants, you know? It makes me feel good.
He's just
It's traditional.
He's a problem solver.
There is a picture of these birds I want you to show, and I will say this. They don't look like they're doing too good. Let's just say they look like they're taking a nap at the moment, but I've never seen a bird lay down like that. I mean, I guess after you spend a few hours in someone's trousers at the border, that's probably what you're going to look like.
That's wild.
It says Martinez, who lives in Tijuana, Mexico, said that he hid the birds because he did not have the correct paperwork to bring them into the U.S. That's right. Illegal birds.
I believe
Illegal
it.
birds.
I watched that.
These damn open borders the parakeets coming across.
What is that? There's a show on National Geographic. I've seen a couple episodes. It's not smuggling, but it's basically the airports around the world and the encounters they have of people trying to smuggle in, just different things.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome.
And
we've talked about ants and bugs.
well, like the wildest one. This is the wildest one I've found.
Tell me the wildest one.
I want to say it was in Spain or something like that, and a brother-sister combo smuggled drugs up their bum.
Mm-hmm. Yes, as brothers and sisters will do.
And so, but like the way their law works is they can only hold you for 24 hours. And
so if they don't get it all out,
it's
yours to keep.
Straight up. Oh. And so like they give them X-Lax and stuff. And I want to say that particular case, like the brother had to go. So he went.
Quitter.
But the sister held out.
Now, in that case, does she share her gotten gains with her brother? She's like, no, you're the one.
Well, the brother went to jail.
Oh, well, that's true.
And, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, can you imagine having family gatherings? It's like, hey, where's Peter? It's like, oh, he's in jail. I was like, what about Susan? Oh, she got off.
Yeah. She's high as a kite right now, somewhere in
Tijuana.
Tijuana.
Yeah, dude, like, just imagine explaining that to people. Oh, it's because I didn't take a dump.
Yeah, I'm scot-free because I can hold my stuff.
I could hold it.
Hold my crap. Well, this was not the first time Martinez tried to smuggle a bird into the country. He was unsuccessful a few times later or earlier as well.
He must get paid a lot.
Well, that's where I'm going. He can. Oh no, this is the fines. You can get fined up to $250,000 and face a maximum of 20 years behind bars. And those birds, by the way, look like they were taking a dirt nap because they were. They euthanized them right after confiscated. Ain't the bird's fault. There's a nice picture of them alive, though, before, but the first picture was them not looking so good. All right, Dick, this is a story that was sent to me. I was notified to this story by you, sir.
Yay.
A woman in Thailand who was found alive in her coffin at a Budapest temple was saved from the organ donation and cremation because her brother didn't have a death certificate. We're going to call this new segment. Let's start a new segment here. What did we want to call this?
Honest mistake.
Hey, man, it's an honest mistake.
Yeah, when I read that, I was sitting there. There's so many more questions I had. And especially, I love learning about different countries and cultures, how they do what we always like day-to-day things. So this lady was presumed dead.
Uh-huh.
Son puts her in a box a coffin.
Perfectly normal.
Takes her to the cremation area.
Hey, man, she's dead. Trust me.
Yeah.
Didn't have a death certificate. That should be your first red flag.
Yeah.
And then the second red flag is she started knocking on the coffin box.
Yeah.
You told me it wasn't just a box, it was an actual coffin. That is a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to expedite this, be pretty helpful, and I'm just went ahead and brought her here.
I wish I could have been there for the discovery, because eventually the people would go, well, let's talk to the son.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing to bring somebody in and be like, hey, man, you need to cremate her. Like, there's a process in place. You're skipping a few steps here.
Yeah.
How about we take her to a hospital? How about we have her examined, then cremated, right? You don't just bring her straight to the, hey, man, you got any matches?
They don't have time for that in that country.
This is true. Very efficient, it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just, that to me, because clearly the guy was trying to kill his mom.
It's what it sounds like.
But the way it reads was like, oh, I didn't know. Honest mistake.
Well, it says, I was a bit surprised. I'm guessing this is the operator of the morgue or the crematorium. I was a bit surprised, so after hearing the knocking, so I asked him to open the coffin, and everyone was startled. I saw her opening her eyes slightly and knocking on the side of the coffin. She must have been knocking for quite some time. Yeah, you bring in the coffin, you hear the knocking. What's that? Nothing. I don't hear nothing. What do you mean? Must be your imagination.
Yeah, I love it.
According to the young man, the woman's brother said she had been bedridden for about 2 years and had become unresponsive, appearing to stop breathing 2 days ago. Well, only one conclusion to come to. She dead.
She dead.
It said it took him about a 300-mile trip to arrive at this place, so he was pretty dedicated.
Or she was knocking for a long time.
Right? Hey! Shh, turns up the music a little bit. Moves the balance to the front so he can hear nothing.
You never know with these people out there in the world.
I guess it's pretty hard to obtain a death certificate when someone's not dead. You would think they'd be able to forge this stuff now. ChatGPT, can you make me a death certificate? Something. This guy showed up with nothing. Come on, dude. Have a plan.
I'll mail it to you.
Yeah. Oh. You know what? This last story here before the quick hit is another story from one Richard Schisler.
Yeah.
You must be in the holiday spirit. You're giving.
I just find weird stuff, and sometimes it's a gold mine today, and then other times,
Teachers who were well prepared and well equipped may have ended a grizzly bear attack on their group of Canadian school children in British Columbia this week before it became deadly. However, there were 2 people that were critically injured. 2 were seriously injured, and 7 others were treated at the scene Thursday afternoon. Blah, 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 in the small community of whatever. So, Dick, sounds like we had some kids going out into the wild and almost got eaten by bears.
Yeah, bears are a real threat. Don't mess with the bears. The reason this one caught my eyes because they survived, and then it's always like the fallout. Because it's kind of like, well, when's the next time we can go on a trip? Well, we had an incident about a year ago. What happened? Grizzly bears attacked like 12 people.
Yeah.
It's like, yo.
Yeah, it just takes one incident to ruin it for everyone, right? I don't know. I don't know that I would. I'm trying to think back to some of my elementary school teachers. If any one of them could have potentially stopped a bear attack, I'm thinking I wouldn't have made it past.
Well, you got to have
grade.
bear mace.
This is true. You got to.
Like, there's a reason why they call it bear mace.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't bring bear mace. I'd bring a gun.
That is a little more effective.
But
what is in bear mace? Is it different from regular human mace?
Yeah.
So if you spray human mace at a bear, he's gonna look at you and go.
It might work, might not.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
But yeah, there's a reason why they make bear mace.
Yes. So do you think these kids were equipped with that, or the teachers were equipped with it?
Yeah. I think they had. I mean, if you're going into the woods, I would always have bear mace.
Yeah, it says during the school outing,
like even the linemen out here carry bear mace.
So would you know what to do if a bear were to approach you? Do you know what these steps are to prevent from being eaten?
I ran into bears.
You run into them, huh?
Yeah.
And
I was hiking and I had bear mace.
do you think they talk to each other like, "What? All right, what are we going to do if we encounter this guy, Dick?"
You just go the other way.
I don't believe that's the exact thing to do. I believe what they say to
usually,
do
if you're aware of your surroundings, you're not walking up on a bear.
You just said you did.
When I say walk up, I mean probably like 40 yards.
Well, that's 40 yards more than I've ever come.
And
to
I'm
a
like,
bear.
oh shoot, there's a bear.
Of course, you are wandering around a lot more than me.
Yeah, I kind of do that. And
Yeah.
but it's like, oh, there's a bear. I'm just gonna turn the other way and walk away.
So, I've heard that you're supposed to make yourself appear as large as possible, sticking your arms up and going "Roar," or something to scare the bear away. But if you start running, he's like, "Oh, challenge on,
run.
challenge on."
You don't run. I said walk. You just walk casually away.
You think he's just going to go, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
toodaloo."
Yeah, they don't care. They're not hunting for you.
Oh, I bet they are.
That's why you carry a gun.
Well,
As soon as
why
you-
carry a gun if you're just going to casually walk away? Walk towards him and be all brave and stuff.
I'm not looking for that. That was actually a really fun trip. I was with a date. We went on a trip together, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go walk this over here." And I had my camera, and I was taking pictures of everything, and I see the bear, and I'm like, "Oh,
He's a big old bear.
I was like, oh, great." So I took a picture of it, and I walk back, and I find her, and she's like, "Oh, what? You're back soon?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's a bear over there."
No big deal.
And she goes, "Well, we need to leave then." I'm like, "No, we're good. We can just keep walking the trail. We're good." But the most,
But you survived.
yeah, you gotta remain calm and respect nature and just leave it alone. You know, had I seen you that video of that bear going into the house, and the guy freaking pulls out an AR-15 and just unloads on the sucker?
You were like, my hero.
No, I was like, that's a little extreme.
And then afterwards, was the bear was laying there on the ground dead, he just went and sprayed him with bear mace. Just cause. Take that.
It was a wild video because it's one of those ring videos, like up in the corner.
Everything's on a ring video these
And
days.
it's just like you see this bear break into a house, and you see the gentleman wake up, and like he's like, "Oh shoot, there's a bear!" Runs back, comes back with an AR-15, and just unloads.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Damn!"
So you don't fear the bear. You walk away casually
And grab your AR-15
and grab your AR-15. I got another question
because it
for
was
you.
in the house. So I guess like, what solution really is there? Now it's one thing to see the bear outside because you always see videos
Yeah,
of
you're,
like,
you're not going to be able to talk him out of this.
yeah. So he's like, this bear was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Walking around knocking chairs
Mhm,
over, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I would have killed it. Like I don't know what I would do because it's one of those things I don't want to deal with. What's the easiest way to deal with this? Oh, I'll just shoot it. But because you can call the police and be like, hey, I'm in my house. There's a bear.
Yeah, it's not going to be fast
I mean,
enough.
no one likes the police.
I do if they're saving me from a bear. You know, Dick, I want to change subject here quickly because I meant to talk about this at the start of the show and I forgot. You know, we had some crazy weather roll through.
Yeah,
earlier this
tornado,
week.
dog.
And we had a tornado
A
confirmed.
personal
through-
friend.
And I'll be damned if that thing didn't hit the home of one of our mutual friends
Yeah.
and did some damage.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I actually saw a picture of his house on a news site.
Yeah.
Didn't put two and two together. I have been to hit that house. And then later he sent us pictures saying, yeah, man, my house got hit by this
Yeah,
tornado.
I
I'm
haven't,
like,
though,
oh my
so
gosh,
I'm
I
gonna-
saw your house on the news.
Now that I know that, I'm going to give him a hard time for never inviting me over.
Well, technically
And I'm
he
going to be
did-
like, I'm glad that happened to you
yeah, okay, all right.
because it wasn't blessed by my appearance.
Okay, all right. Do you fear the tornado? Because, man, I kind of do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they
It's
say,
not-
oh, take shelter now, and you're kind of looking out your window like, well, I don't see anything.
Oh, nature itself is wild. So you always got to be.
It's just weird when it affects somebody you know or happens really close to you. Because it was only, you know, as the crow flies, 6-7 miles from my house, which is close
And how
enough.
often do tornadoes touch down in
not,
this area?
not a lot. Nope. We have what they call funnel clouds, but they're not technically a tornado until they touch the ground.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if you live in an area, you get used to it. And like we're used to flooding, we're used to that kind of stuff. So you have preparation things, but then it is what it is. You might get hit, might not. Especially out here with flooding. Flooding's so sporadic here, but it happens. Like it's gonna happen, but you don't know
Here it
where. So it's kind of like, yeah, get ready. Like make sure.
True that. All right, Dick, it's a pretty good time for the quick hit here at the end of the show. Dick, do you know who Glenn William Bell Jr. is?
No.
Passed away January 16th of 2010. Well, he was an American restaurateur who founded Taco Bell. Imagine that. His last name is Bell, and he founded Taco Bell. What an amazing coincidence that is. Bell graduated from San Bernardino High School in 1941, and he served in the U.S. Marine Corps as a cook during World War II. After the Marines, he started a hot dog stand called Bell's Drive-In in San Bernardino. He is credited with the idea of selling crispy shell tacos in 1951 and commissioned, not a painting like you've done, but he commissioned a custom frying contraption from a man who made chicken coops. Well, in 1952, he sold that hot dog stand and built a second location selling hot dogs and hamburgers. But then he soon started selling those crispy tacos at a taco stand that he named Taco Tia. How much do you think he sold his first tacos for in 1952?
29 cents.
19 cents, which,
I would have gone higher.
I mean, that kind of seems pretty high for 1952, seeing as how in my lifetime I could get 49-cent tacos 20 years ago. Can't do that anymore. Thanks a lot, Obama. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not my fault. It's funny you talk about Taco Bell. There was an article in the Wall Street Journal this week about the lady who...
Hold up. You're reading the Wall Street Journal?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I read a lot.
Go ahead.
Just
Josh,
not
go ahead.
long form reading. That's why I tell the library ladies. They always get on me about not reading books. I'm like, no, I read. It's just, my favorite thing to read are internet comments. So it's...
Go ahead.
It's
Continue.
short.
I didn't mean to...
But this
derail
lady,
you.
this lady is considered. It's weird because I was reading. I was like, "This is a real job." It's like she's considered the best in the fast food industry for helping companies come up with new products. And so she's working at Taco Bell.
Did she responsible for coming up with the steak nuggets?
I think what she said they're working on right
Brilliant.
now, which is funny to me. They're working on a cheese shell.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm like,
Hell yeah, they are.
But then, so I was thinking about this lady's job. So you want to make something delicious, but you're under the constraints of Taco Bell. And I go, that's got to be a fun job.
Yeah, aren't they doing like chicken strips now though?
They're doing whatever they want to do.
Well,
They're Taco Bell.
then that's not many constraints then.
Well, I meant more of like, it's one way to make a really good New York style pizza.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're Domino's, it's like, hey, we got to be able to make this delicious pizza, but it's got to cost us this much money, and this is how fast we have to make it, and this is how we're gonna deliver it. So you do have a lot of constraints when you're cooking. So, but especially Taco Bell is known for their
This is true. Tacos.
like that's the whole joke with their meat. It's not real meat.
No, it's half meat.
Yeah.
A lot of filler in there.
So you're talking to this lady who's like, "Oh, I've probably been making tacos for my family for generations," and then it's like, "Well, no, actually, you got to use this meat that's like half meat." But yeah.
Well, he opened multiple locations and he franchised the restaurant in 1964. The company grew rapidly, and the 868 restaurant chain was later sold to Pepsi in 1978 for $125 million.
Now they have a hotel.
And now they have a Taco Bell hotel.
Temporarily. But yeah, I would encourage folks who want to read about that lady. I forget her name. I don't really remember the good details. But it was funny. Like, that was a job. And she's the best in the industry at coming up with crappy food.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
It's a great job.
Yeah.
Great job. Maybe she created the Filet-O-Fish.
Man.
I don't know. All right, well, William Glenn Bell Jr., you are our Audience of One onesie of the week. Congratulations.
I guess so.
I mean, he thought he had reached the pinnacle
you've
when he created the crunchy taco, but
hundreds of thousands of stomachs. And you've helped stoners every day eat.
Well, he sold in 1978, so...
I'm not a big Taco Bell person. Maybe a year I go to Taco Bell once.
It's okay.
I know you're a Taco Bell person.
I do it if I have to.
Well, you don't have to think you're better than Taco Bell. I just never craved Taco Bell. I never got onto that ship.
That's because you haven't had the taco pizza. That'll change your life.
Really? What do you get at Taco Bell? Because the only thing I remember liking is chalupas. But it's not; those aren't real.
I celebrate their entire catalog.
Really?
Yes. I'll run through the whole thing, baby.
Like, I'm not a big cinnamon twist. Like, those aren't very good to me.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? Those little,
yes,
like,
I know what you're talking about.
Not a big fan of the burritos. Like, it's just kind of like mush. So it's like, I'll eat it if it's there, but like I won't go out of my way because I'm craving a chalupa from Taco Bell.
Good to know. Good to know.
But some people love that stuff. I mean, I get it. I was dating a girl who loved it, and I was like, all right, I'll pick you up, Taco Bell. I'm going to make myself some food, but I'll pick you up, Taco Bell.
Cool story.
It is a cool story.
All right, guys, that's all the time we have for this week. Everyone, I hope you had a happy, safe holiday weekend. Until next week, everybody. Bye-bye.